Hey, De-Crypt back again with a quick update for you on specifically Dignity token today. We've had news and we've actually had two news emails, and I'm going to go over that with you in a second. But before I do that, I thought I'll just run over what's happening with Bitcoin. If you remember in my last video, well, in the last few videos, my original flag that I had drawn, that's this one over here, um, Bitcoin had broken out of it as I thought it would, and it came up nicely after that as I thought it would, and it came down to test the this bottom support line or floor line as I'd call it, which I thought it would. And then I noticed a few other things. Remember, it broke through the second flag that I'd drawn over here, and it was really unpredictable. But I've now removed all of the charting lines that I've drawn on there, and all I'm left with now is my original trend line or support line, if you'd like to call it that, and the other half of my flag. As you can see, Bitcoin has now come up, it broke out of my flag, as I said, as I thought it would. It's gone up to a fairly decent level and came down, and it is now, you can say, testing this support level, and has done so quite a number of times already, apart from this little area over here where it broke through, as we've discussed before. But I'm pretty sure that that was a little bit of manipulation there. As you can see now, it's behaving pretty well. I have it on a 4-hour chart at the moment. It's behaving pretty well and running along this support line. Now, how long will it run along here? I don't think too much longer. It's going to, or it has already tested this level on a number of occasions, and I think it is now getting ready to go on another little bull run. How far it'll go, I don't know, but I think we're probably looking at around maybe a $9,000 or $10,000 Bitcoin pretty soon. Just looking at it, yeah, probably around. I'll stick my neck out now and say maybe around the 22nd, or let's just say the end of the month. We're probably looking at around $9,000 to $10,000 Bitcoin, and possibly higher, depending on market sentiment. But things are looking good. Bitcoin is behaving itself pretty well on average. If you look at it, the bigger picture, things do get a little bit hairy once you go down to a 1-hour chart and stuff like that. As you've seen, it becomes pretty difficult to chart. But once you start to zoom out, put it that way, and get a bird's eye view of it, maybe even on a 1-day chart, things start to become a little bit more clearer. If you compare this to that Wall Street cheat sheet, it looks like we are now on the stage where we start a new cycle. So let's hope. I can only hope. As I said, I'm no expert chartist, but this is what it looks like to me. Now to the important stuff. I'm not going to change the screen just yet. Maybe I should. Let's go to the Dignity Livecoin chart. Okay, there it is. Now, as you can see, there was a massive drop yesterday in a very short space of time. Now, this drop occurred almost immediately after Arbitrade and Cryptobontics released their update, their first update yesterday. I'm going to read through it very quickly here. Let me just open it on another screen for you. It says, good day from Arbitrade and Cryptobontics. Before we begin, we would like to first apologize for the delays that have occurred since the issuance of our planned timeline a month ago. When those dates were established, we had full confidence that there would be no difficulties in meeting them, which is why we stated they wouldn't change. The difficulty is Arbitrage requires the approval of every announcement before being released from the government of Bermuda and all partnering companies, which is sometimes a lengthy and time-consuming process as part of our compliance and corporate governance policies. Here we are. They're already alluding here to the Bermudan government. I've known for quite a while that they were having, or rather in negotiations with the Bermudan government. This has confirmed it now, and a little bit further down you will see that they have now named they've named the country of Bermuda as their domicile, where the business or the company will be based. Anyway, before we get started in the good news, or on the good news, we need to update everyone on the public correction partnering bada bing. Here are the real facts that both parties will clearly state. Arbitrade's newsletter dated May the 24th, 2018 includes a misstatement regarding its relationship with the company who owns Bada Bing Software. Arbitrade's companies are working on various agreements and partnerships in order to offer state-of-the-art technology and infrastructures. Due to an internal Arbitrade miscommunication and error in editing, the newsletter stated that Arbitrade has acquired Bada Bing Software. At present, a subsidiary of Arbitrade has an LOI in place with the company that owns Bada Bing Software, and those parties are working towards getting a formal licensing agreement in place. To date, we have made payments totaling $200,000 pursuant to the LOI. Now, I remember seeing in, I actually can't remember where I saw it, but Arbitrade had a temporary test site up a few weeks ago. It wasn't up long, but while it was up, somebody checked out the source code to the website. And in the source code appeared the Bada Bing, either the name or some of the software, but somebody identified it as Bada Bing. So it looks like they have already incorporated the software at least into the test site. I don't know how this pertains to this, but there seems to be a little bit of confusion here, and maybe a little bit of a maybe they put the cart before the horse kind of thing, and they mouthed off a little bit too early, and now are trying to make up for it by giving us a little bit of fluff. I don't know. I don't know the details, but it doesn't appear that they are 100% genuine here, or rather they're not telling us everything. But fact is that they were planning, or maybe still are planning, it looks like they still are planning to use the Bada Bing software in their website, and some agreements looks like are in the pipeline. At present, Arbitrade's technology is independently developed and does work with our cryptocurrency merchant exchange, and Arbitrade doesn't currently have access to the Bada Bing technology directly, and such access will not be granted until we complete our licensing agreement. Well, that stands to reason. If they end up using the Bada Bing software without a licensing agreement, they could be in for some real legal problems. We'll update the community if and when the parties finalize an agreement. See, they're already talking about if. There are doubts that it might not happen. I know that Arbitrade had or was working on their own software, but they discovered the Bada Bing software was superior to their own, and that's why they wanted to use it. Until an agreement is finalized, Arbitrade will continue to communicate with Marco Garibaldi of Bada Bing. Mr. Garibaldi is a serial entrepreneur and visionary. We appreciate his understanding regarding the misstatement and our newsletter, or rather in our newsletter, and his assistance in rectifying the situation. That covers the call it a debacle of Bada Bing. I'm sure they're going to sort that out. It might take a little while. Now on to some good stuff. Arbitrade is extremely happy to announce, what is this? I don't know why they keep doing this. Arbitrade is extremely happy to announce that our home domicile will be Bermuda. This process started in late last year when the company representatives first met with Premier David Burt, Minister Keynes, the Minister of National Defence, and the person in control of the crypto legislation in Bermuda. Minister Furbert, the Junior Finance Minister, Stephen P. Gift from the Bermuda Monetary Authority and Bermuda Business Development Association. There were 8 additional visits over several months, and a considerable amount of work put into securing our position. Bermuda is the gold standard in the fintech and reinsurance industries globally. Now, this is a very important thing. As I say, Bermuda is the gold standard in the fintech and reinsurance industries globally. This ties in with the gold that's going to be backing our tokens, our Dignity token. Arbitrade's goal, where was I? Bloody thing keeps messing me around. Arbitrade's goal was always to be domiciled under the gold standard country before registering in other countries around the world as subsidiaries are of the head corporation. as subsidiaries of the head corporation. This makes a lot of sense. If they are registered in the country where the gold standard is housed and comply with all of their regulations and everything else, it makes life a lot easier getting approved in other countries. Bermuda is one of the very few countries pushing through full legislation on ICOs and cryptocurrency laws. And Arbitrade believes cryptocurrency legislation and laws are the best strategies to press our business model forward through other countries. Arbitrade proposes the difficult know your client, anti-money laundering AML process companies should have to go through to receive licensing and approvals before being able to operate as a merchant exchange business in all countries. Is the only way this industry will receive approvals and acceptance globally. It stands to reason once you are approved and housed and comply with the gold standard in the gold standard country, it makes life a lot easier for the rest of the countries to approve you, because they're all working to that same gold standard anyway. With the structure of Bermuda's laws, Arbitrade can now move forward with over 12 additional countries quickly and then continue to introduce the platform to new countries globally. Now that makes a lot of sense. That's what I've just said. It's once they comply with the gold standard country and are housed in the gold standard country, complying to their laws, it's easy to be approved by all these other countries who are working to that same standard. And once they are approved, the rest of the world will probably follow pretty quickly. The country of Bermuda cannot give us our licenses to operate and our licenses to hold the very first fully legal ICO in the industry until a law process, or rather until a law passes Parliament. This is expected to happen within the next 3 weeks. Information about this is available on the Government of Bermuda's website. Now, I haven't been to the website link yet that they provide in the email, but I think I will go and have a look at that just now. Once Arbitrade has its license in hand, the company will proceed first with our 8-week legally approved ICO, followed by the launch of the Arbitrade platform in late August, early September. Bermuda is a well-regulated country led by the Bermuda Monetary Authority. All new companies are scrutinized to ensure that the jurisdiction is protected and that they know their customer, hence why the length of time. Arbitrade's management would like to thank everyone in their patience and understanding while we work to achieve this incredible accomplishment. This is only the beginning, and the road ahead is going to be extremely busy as we set up the operating infrastructure of the company, with its head office being in Bermuda. Arbitrade has been locking down all deals regarding our bullion purchase. As we move forward with this news, we needed two things to be able to close the bullion negotiations. Number one, being a registered company in Bermuda, which they have done already, and number two, be a legally licensed and insured company in Bermuda, and that is what they are busy with right now. We have already accomplished the first requirement, and we have been advised the second requirement will happen later this month. The company seeks to finish all agreements and deals with all partnering companies before the end of the month. Once this is achieved, we will announce the official ICO dates, the bullion-related news, partners information, and official launch date of Arbitrade. Arbitrade's management and consultants were hoping for earlier dates of receiving our papers, but this is a long process that has to pass through many channels of government prior to occurring, we were told. We have made it through the most difficult part of the process. The good news for all dignity holders and followers, along with other tokens, is we have the mining facility in Atlanta, Georgia going online as we write this for 5,500 mining rigs consisting of Halong miners and Bitmain miners that cover a large variety of cryptocurrencies being mined. And they've included a whole lot of photos that Ronnie Moas took on his personal tour of one of the mining facilities, and there's a video as well. The video is available on the Telegram site. I think somebody posted it there. It's doing its rounds now. It is one huge mining facility, and once they've got all these miners up and running, I think they will have hundreds of thousands of them. It is going to be quite incredible. Yeah, and one of the captions under one of the pictures, Ronnie Moas, a well-known stock and cryptocurrency analyst and a vocal supporter of Arbitrade's vision, was invited to meet Hayden Gill, CEO of CoinMiner, and to personally tour the Atlanta mining facility today. It is clear that judging by his or rather his public profiles on social media and his expert very and this expert very excited by what he saw. What we are excited to announce is that we have now purchased 850 Silicon D9 miners that will be deployed in the next week in a new Texas facility. Hayden Gill, Arbitrade's mining consultant, says that the D9 miners alone will be generating a minimum of 305 De-Crypt per day, which is trading at $99.90 on coinmarketcap.com as we write this. Arbitrade's Watford, Ontario facility has completed the needed upgrades and renovations. Sorry about that. Where was I? Ontario facility has completed the needed upgrades and renovations for the fire suppression system, new floors, new lights, new paint, new roof, and removal of the old unnecessary equipment and electrical systems. In the next phase of the build-out, CoinMiner will oversee the Arbitrade Canadian build-out and the upgrades in the electrical system so that the miners can be launched out of that facility as well. The number of mining rigs in the company is now totaling over 10,800, which means that Dignity's initial miners will all be online in less than a week. Reciprocations and the new airdropped free to dig holders gift token, and it would appear that the token is now going to be named loyalty token, I think, will have all their rigs online within a week. And the mining rigs for Namaste are all delivered, just waiting to be deployed at the Canadian operation. The company is aggressively purchasing the next 10,000 mining rigs for Heretic and Honor, along with the 25,000 mining rigs for Arbitrade's token for the official ICO, and the additional 20,000 for the exchange that the company will announce with the full ICO plans. This will make Arbitrade one of the largest cryptocurrency mining operations globally. I would think so with all of these miners. It's talking about thousands and thousands of them. On a final note for this week's update, each of the smart contracts for Dignity, Namaste, Heretic, Honor, Reciprocation, Echo, and the new gift airdrop tokens are all being recreated by one of the world's leading cryptocurrency development firms, whom have created over 80 well-known tokens and hosted over 30 high-level ICOs. We are being told that the contracts should be completed by early next week, and the swap for existing tokens will happen immediately upon execution of the contracts. No one needs to do anything, as this will be this will be done automatically as an airdrop and swap via wallets and exchanges. This will fix the gas issues and the issues with CEX so that everything works the way it was supposed to be. We apologize for this inconvenience, but rest assured all issues have been addressed. Once this occurs, the company will immediately execute the airdrop of the gift tokens. This will essentially double each dig holder's position at no cost, with nothing but a long-term upside based on the growth structure set forward by the company on our mining model behind the tokens. Arbitrade will update everyone further on details as they occur, and we are approved to announce. This email was pretty comprehensive, but in my opinion, I don't think it said too much. It's maybe just a filler for people who have been moaning and complaining about no updates, no news, and all the rest. As you can see, they don't really have much news except for the mining bit. And in my opinion, it raised more questions than anything else. And I was about to send them an email last night, or this morning rather, listing my questions regarding the tokens and the airdrop and everything else, when they obviously had a number of, or I would imagine I wasn't the only one with these questions. And as it appears, they did have quite a number of queries with the exact same questions I had, and they were addressed in a follow-up email. And I'm just going to read that for you Now, good day from Arbitrade Cryptobontics. After our update earlier today, we received a number of questions regarding the Uni to Dig swap, the old Dig to new Dig swap, and the gift token airdrop. There seems to be some confusion on these subjects, which we will attempt to clear up in this email. The old Dig to new Dig swap. Now, that is what is going to happen now once they've repaired or redone the smart contract. As stated in the last update, the smart contract for Dignity is being recreated and should be completed by early next week. An old dig to new dig swap will take place immediately upon execution of the contracts. This will be executed by way of airdrop and requires no action on the part of the token holders, and the tokens can be either on or off an exchange at the time of the swap. So what this means to us is we don't have to worry about it. It will happen. It will just occur. We won't even know it's happened, and everything will be hunky dory, and um, we can just carry on as normal. What this also means is that once that has happened, I'm sure they will obviously let us know that it has happened, and we will be able to transfer our tokens and that and not incur these massive fees that are happening at the moment. So my advice is just wherever your tokens are now, just leave them there until they have sorted this dig to dig swap out, until they've recreated the smart contracts and executed them properly. Um, this will save you a lot of money, especially if you're not a huge, massive holder of Dignity tokens. If you've only got a couple of hundred tokens or maybe 2 or 3 thousand tokens, paying 300 odd tokens just to transfer them is ridiculous. I mean, it's a large chunk of your portfolio, really. So just hang on, stick to them, and just leave them where they are right now. Now, the uni to new dig swap, that is the uni to the upgraded um, smart contract token. That is, or it doesn't even exist yet. It will be the latest Dignity token. So from uni to the latest Dignity token will obviously only happen after the old dig to new dig swap has taken place. But personally, I didn't realize that there were still uni tokens in wallets anywhere. Um, this is fantastic news. It's actually a chance for people who have sat with Unity tokens that now or were obsolete and useless to them will now be able to exchange them rightfully so to Dignity tokens, and it will be the automatically the upgraded smart contract token. So that is fantastic. Existing uni will be swapped for new dig after the old dig to new dig swap is complete. It's exactly what I've just said. We will be updating Arbitrade and dig community on as things progress, and instructions will be made available at the appropriate time. That's simple enough to understand. And now the gift token airdrop that everybody's been waiting for, or actually not everybody, I noticed a fair amount of people actually didn't bother to take their tokens off the Livecoin exchange and have carried on trading. But let's just read what they say. Nothing has changed in regards to how the gift token airdrop will take place. In order to receive the gift token airdrop, dig tokens will still need to be off of an exchange. That means you will have, if you want this airdrop, if you want these free tokens, the gift token, you will have to take your tokens off of the exchange into an offline wallet, my Ether wallet or any of the other hardware wallets. But there's no rush at the moment. As I said, the smart contract has not been recreated yet. It hasn't been upgraded, and fees are extremely high at the moment. Wherever they are now, just leave them. If they are on exchange, whether it be CEX, unfortunately you can't move them even if you wanted to right now. If they're on Livecoin, just leave them there until you hear from the company. Dig tokens will need to remain in off-exchange wallets from the point of the snapshot and up until the point the airdrop is complete. That's self-explanatory. They are going to take a snapshot of all wallets that contain Dignity tokens, and then a little while later they will do the airdrop and award those same wallets with the on a one-to-one basis with the gift tokens. It's pointless you going and moving your tokens after they've taken the snapshot or before they've taken the snapshot, and you're not going to get the tokens. So the old dig to new dig and uni to new dig swaps must be finished, and dig tokens moved off of the exchanges before the snapshot. So all of these previous things have to have all been done, successfully completed before they can do the airdrop, or rather before they can take the snapshot and do the airdrop. We will provide an update window of time for token holders to move their dig off of the exchanges before the snapshot. This is exactly what I've just told you now. Don't do it now because the fees are extremely high. They will tell you once they've fixed the smart contract, and you can do it at a cheap price like it used to be. We will also be providing some guidance to assist with making the process go smoothly and to avoid costly mistakes. If you've already moved your dig off of an exchange, which I did actually long ago before they even asked us to do it, I did it for security reasons only. As I'm a bit of a hodler, I kept a little bit to trade with, but the majority of my tokens I took off of the exchange onto a hardware wallet months ago. Yeah, if you already moved your dig tokens off of an exchange, you're fine and should leave your tokens where they are until after the snapshot and airdrop. Well, it's self-explanatory, and I can't read today. Everyone else should wait for the swaps to occur and the guidance to be published. As stated above, we will be updating the Arbitrade and Dig community as things progress, and instructions guidance will be made available at the appropriate times. Okay, now this email answered basically all the questions that I had. Basically, the bottom line is just hang in there. If your coins are on Livecoin, the price is pretty low now. You have an opportunity to buy, in my opinion. They are on sale at the moment. What did surprise me yesterday was, as I said earlier, there was a sudden but drastic, quite a drastic, it was something in the order of 25 or 26% drop in price immediately after the first email came out yesterday. Now, I put that down to, let's first look at the people who have still got their tokens on the Livecoin exchange. These are guys that are not interested. First of all, they're not interested in the airdrop. They're not interested in hodling. They are trading these coins. They are trading the volatility, and obviously making, they in their opinions are able to make more money out of trading these coins than what the value of the airdrop will be. I would imagine the minute the airdrop gift tokens are given to us, they're not going to be worth much, and it's going to take a while for them to gain any value. And my opinion is these guys who have their coins still on Livecoin are of the opinion that they can make more money in the time it takes for those gift tokens to become or to gain any real value. That's my opinion anyway. Now, the reason why the price dropped so much yesterday, in my opinion, is because these guys are traders. They expected news coming out actually on Monday already. I think it was Monday. They expected news to come out that was promised to basically be good news and chase the price up. That has not happened, and these guys have voiced their opinion, and a lot of them, maybe the weaker hands of them, have decided that's it, they're out, and they sold off yesterday. Some people must have picked up large bags of Dignity tokens, and as you can see, at a 25% discount of the going rate yesterday. So, but it didn't take long for the price to recover slightly. Admittedly, it only recovered about 50% of its loss, but I'm sure over the next week or so it will build up again. People on the exchange who have their coins on Livecoin now, who are still holding tokens, these are the strong hands, and I don't think there will be any more sell-offs now. I think these guys are in it for the long haul now. They will probably trade up and down a little bit in the meantime, picking off the low-hanging fruit, so to say, and yeah, these guys are waiting for the big news, which hopefully is going to come soon. These delays are certainly not good for the PR of the company, I would imagine, and they're doing their best to fill their emails up with something, but really the news is sparse. There is no real progress. These things are taking time, and well, it's not their fault, I suppose. But they did make promises of dates, and which they were not able to keep, unfortunately, and it's showing in the price now. It certainly showed yesterday when the email came out. There was disappointment, and people have expressed it in the price of the token. But hang in there. This is certainly not the end of the world. This is going to be huge. I still see prices of at least $1 per dignity token pretty soon. It's going to happen. We just have to be patient. Anyway, if you are trading on the exchanges or hodling, I hope it looks, just a glance at the rest of the crypto market. I see a fair amount of green, um, although it doesn't look so here this morning. I predict things are going to turn up pretty soon. The market has been pretty down and it's been quite a while. I don't see it lasting that much longer. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. I need to get this video out, and that's me for today. A busy day ahead of me today. I won't be at my computer much. So, yeah, let's get out there and make some bucks.